Hey guys, and welcome back to part 2 of What If Naruto Could Change His DNA. The My Hero Academia What If I Could yesterday turned out good, so I hope this one keeps on going strong. Anyway, last time we left off, Mitsuki... Actually, we're going to go even farther back. Naruto and Sasuke had their little scrap, and they sort of formed a friendship / brotherhood. And then, after Naruto bodied Sasuke, and he asked Iruka for more ninjutsu, but Iruka said that wasn't necessary, so Mitsuki took advantage of this and told Naruto about the scroll, and the only way to prove that you're worthy of learning ninjutsu in him is to steal it. So Naruto, deciding to keep on his promise of helping Sasuke get stronger along with him, rushes over and tells Sasuke as well, despite Mitsuki saying not to tell anyone. After Sasuke hears about this, he gets excited, thinking, with that jutsu I could learn, this will be fun. And at night, they leave. They get into the Hokage's office quite easily and steal the scroll. When they go to the woods, they open the scroll up and Naruto sees multiple jutsu. He sees the great dragon head jutsu, whatever that one's called, that Sasuke uses. He sees water shockwave, he sees the flying thunder god technique. I'll copy that one down as well. And he keeps on scrolling through them. He sees shadow clone. That one sounds cool. But instead of attempting to learn them, he writes them down first. But then he decided to scrap it. I'll just convince the old man to keep the scroll. When he puts the scroll, he copy jutsu down in his pocket just in case. And practices the flying thunder god jutsu and shadow clone. And when he first tries doing the flying thunder god technique, he couldn't. So he decided that one needs to practice later and to try and attempt the shadow clones. But unlike the original, Sasuke's next to him, and he's learning his own jutsu as well. He does learn the shadow clone, but he can only make 2 or 3 at max. But the fire styles he's become quite proficient in. And you see, you've even got a few of the strong jutsus down, not perfected, but you can still use them. This is when Mitsuki shows up and starts laughing at Naruto. And he goes down the original, "Oh, you stupid brat, with that scroll, Orochimaru will give me power." And after I told him that you would be tagging along, he asked me to retrieve you, Sasuke. Sasuke gets a shiver down his spine, as he does not know who Orochimaru is. This is when Naruto stands up to calm Sasuke. "You're not taking Sasuke. You have to go through me first." Mitsuki starts laughing, a demonic, hysterical laugh. "Gladly, that was my plan anyway, you demon fox." Naruto's a bit confused by this, saying, "Why am I demon fox?" Mitsuki starts laughing even more, "So you really don't know?" "Well, you see, there's a 9-toed fox inside you, known as the Kyuubi." Naruto cuts him off there and says, "Oh, you mean that thing? I thought you meant that there was a real demon inside me." Mitsuki's shocked and says, How do you know?" He says, "Well, the 9-toes spoke to me before." Mitsuki gets scared. The main knowledge that everyone has on Jinchuriki is that if the host can establish a connection, they can draw power. And he doesn't know what to do. If Naruto can draw power from that beast, Mitsuki stands no chance. After realizing this, even though Mitsuki doesn't fully know if Naruto can use the 9-toes' power, he starts getting scared. Naruto notices this and takes advantage of it and starts walking forwards. "What are you so scared of? Is it me? Is it the demon that everyone seems to hate in this village? The one that you will cast your hate upon for no good reason? Well, I don't really care. One thing you should know, I'm not a demon." I'm a monster. And at this moment, Naruto screams, Shadow Clone Jutsu. And just in the original, multiple Shadow Clones show up on Buddy Mitsuki. This is where Sasuke tags in, deciding that he's not going to take threats from anyone like him, and yells, Great Fireball Jutsu, and starts burning Mitsuki alive, but not to death, of course. This is when Naruto hops down, and Mitsuki, with a last attempt, swings the sword at Naruto. Or not the sword, the large kunai. With Naruto's tough skin, he just catches it. He attempts to crush it, but he couldn't. And he says, Damn it, I'm not strong enough. Now, Naruto closes his eyes, and just like every time he's had a problem before, he grabs DNA and changes it. His strength nearly doubles, and he crushes the Sharingan. Sasuke and Mitsuki are shocked by this. Mitsuki yells, This is made of the highest grade metal, nearly indestructible, and you just crushed it with your bare hands. What are you? And Naruto just smirks. I already told you, I'm a monster. And that's at the moment that Naruto knocks Mitsuki out. This is when Iruka shows up. She's a crushed kunai, a burnt Mitsuki and Naruto and Sasuke. He runs over to them both, checking they're okay, and then scolds them for stealing the scroll until it explains what happened to them. And he's like, oh, I'll have to explain this to the third Hokage immediately. Naruto, give me the scroll. And unlike the original, Naruto just laughs and says, I don't think so, I'm keeping the scroll. And Iruka says, no, you're not. You need a really good reason to be able to learn from that scroll. And what's yours? Naruto glares at Iruka, saying, I don't need to tell you. The only one I'll tell is the third Hokage. Iruka is a bit shocked by this. Naruto's never acted up in such a way. And says, okay, I guess you do have your reasons. And you're going to have to speak to him anyway about this, so we might as well go. Naruto, Sasuke, and Iruka head to the third Hokage's office and explain what happened. The third Hokage yet again asks Naruto to hand over the scroll until Naruto says, no, I'm going to learn every piece of every jutsu in this scroll. The third Hokage says, no, you're not. Hand it over. You need a good reason to learn one jutsu from this scroll. And you really got that. No, you probably got more seeing what you did to Mitsuki. And Naruto says, I have good reason, but I want Iruka to leave, and Sasuke. Sasuke is shocked by this, but understands that Naruto must have his reasons. And Iruka looks at the third Hokage and gets the signal to leave. The third Hokage, Hiruzen, then says, okay, what's your reason? Naruto takes a deep breath and explains his powers. He says, I have a power I'm not fully sure why I have, but it seems I can change the build-up of my body to be stronger, to have more chakra, to have harder skin, to have more abilities to use chakra in different ways. The third Hokage laughs, thinking this is a joke, and says, if you really had that ability, you would be one of the most powerful shinobi in the world. And Naruto says, I do. Watch. He pulls out a kunai and he launches it toward his skin. The third Hokage attempts to stop it, but realizes he wouldn't be fast enough until the kunai can't even penetrate Naruto's skin. Naruto turns the kunai, pushing harder, and the kunai snaps. The third Hokage is shocked. He says, there's no way. You can't have that hard skin. And Naruto says, my chakra has been greatly improved ever since I experimented with that as well. And Naruto releases some of his chakra, creating a large blue aura, similar to the time he fought Gaara and used that multiple shadow clones. And third Hokage stumbles back a bit, thinking, he just passed the academy, not even a ninja fully yet, and he has this much chakra and this control. And then Naruto says, I can seem to change my chakra natures as well. And thanks to my research I've done in the library, I know what they are. And some of you must be thinking, what research? As I said, Naruto trained intensely in the years of the academy. I didn't say he just trained his body though, did I? He also trained his mind with knowledge. And the third Hokage pulls out a chakra paper slip and says, okay, let's test that theory then. You haven't changed them at all yet, right? And Naruto nods. And then So the third Hokage passes him one of them chakra paper slips. Naruto channels chakra into it. It splits in half just like the original. And the third Hokage says, okay, you have wind. How about you try electricity, lightning style? Naruto nods. He takes another piece of paper and closes his eyes. He has a blue aura around him as he changes his DNA. The third Hokage is curious about this. Naruto goes up to the chakra nature area where he's been before and finds electricity. When Naruto plunges into it, he breaks past it and grabs the DNA and aligns it with his own. As he does this, Naruto feels a spark all around his body and tingling. Naruto opens his eyes and says it's done. And as he concentrates his new chakra element into the paper, it crumbles up just like Kakashi's did. The head Hokage is shocked and says, how? And then he thinks to himself, I guess he got that from Minato. But how? There should be no way. Naruto also says, I've been suppressing my power as well. I haven't even showed you my full chakra yet. And is there any other chakra nature you wish me to get? The third Hokage decides, you know what, if you're so great, let's see if you can get fire. Naruto does the same process before. The paper lights up. Naruto gets earth. The paper hardens, as it was rock. Now Naruto goes for water. And the paper becomes soggy. Now Naruto has earth, fire, water, lightning, and wind. All 5 basic chakra natures. The other Hokage is shocked. Naruto's just like him. He can use all 5 chakra natures. And the other Hokage decides, okay, that's a good reason, I guess. But what else can you do? Naruto says, I can change my strength, my speed, my chakra amounts. The other Hokage pondered this and decides, Naruto, I'll let you keep the scroll, but it'll need to be placed under high protection from you. And if it gets lost or it's stolen, the crime will be placed on your head as well. And Naruto accepts this risk and says, if it's really that bad, how about I just copy down the scroll myself and give you the original? The other Hokage ponders this and says, fine. As he says fine, Hiruzen does the hand signs, touches the scroll and lifts it up. His hand seems to be encoded and hand seals writing, and he places it onto another scroll. He chucks this other scroll, new scroll at Naruto, and says that's every jutsu in there. We'll keep the original, but remember, if you lose that, it'll be just as bad. Naruto bows and thanks the third Hokage for his kindness, and decides that him and Sasuke are going to train relentlessly with the help of the sensei. After this, Naruto and Sasuke return to their homes, but Naruto decides to move in with Sasuke as Naruto's house is tiny and Sasuke's house is extremely large. At least I would infer. I'd guess he'd get the entire Uchiha compounds, so I guess that would be his house. And Naruto and Sasuke decide to train all the way up, all through the night to the next day, when they get their sensei. Sorry, guys. The next day, each team gets called out until it gets to Team 7. Naruto smiles. Sasuke. Naruto and Sasuke both look at each other, smile and fist bump. And the final team member is... Wait a minute. Why is there 2 more people on this list? What's happening? There's only meant to be 3 people on one team. And then as Aruka reads the note, he says, this is a favour. And Team 7 is Naruto, Sasuke, Sakura. And Hinata. Naruto's shocked. So is Sasuke and so is Sakura, but she's more happy she got with Sasuke. And Hinata's passed out from getting on the team with Naruto. Naruto asks, "Sir, why is there 4 people in our team?" And Iruka says, "Well, the third Hokage only left a small note, but it's for you, Naruto." The third Hokage replies, "I put 2 people with potential insanely powerful dojutsu, Kikagenkais, on your team. If you could somehow copy their DNA, do you think you'd awaken it?" That's only a plan, though, from Hiruzen. And also, good luck, Naruto, my boy. Naruto ponders this idea for a minute and thinks, if I really could copy someone's DNA, I could get the Byakugan. Maybe if Sasuke awakened his, the Sharingan. This power is far beyond what I first imagined. And then Naruto ponders another idea. What if I could change other people's DNA? But Naruto erases the idea from his mind for now, and decides to wait till their teacher gets here. After Kakashi is an hour late, Naruto's fed up, and he decides, if our teacher's so great, he'll sense me. And then Naruto stands next to his door. And Sasuke already has a feeling he knows what Naruto's going to do. Then Naruto does hand signs, camouflage jutsu, and Naruto turns invisible and blends in with the wall. Then Naruto concentrates and suppresses his, how would I say this, presence. Kakashi walks in, and he's actually shocked. He doesn't see Naruto, but he can sense him slightly. And says, "Wow, impressive. I'll play along." And Kakashi yells out, "Sorry I'm late, class. I got held up by a stray cat. But I thought there would be 3 of you. And normally there's only meant to be 1 Konoichi on a team." This is when Naruto jumps out with a speedy kick and says, "You're late." So guys, I'm really tired. And this is why Kakashi turns around and catches the kick and says, "Wow, camouflage jutsu, impressive. Ah, so you're the one that third let learn from the sacred scroll." And he looks at Sasuke and says, "I was told they'd be in the same team, so I guess you're learning from that scroll as well." Well, since that scroll is your possession now, I guess I can't really tell you not to use it, and I guess that it would help strengthen the team. Kakashi thinks to himself, if I do keep this team, I may be able to get everyone to learn from that scroll. But he gets rid of this idea and decides to get everyone to introduce themselves. Sakura goes first. She does the original. I want to become a ninja. I want to get close to someone special. I want to get to someone I like. And she starts giggling and looking like Sasuke. Naruto laughs a bit and says, "Hey, Sasuke, getting the girls with the big foreheads." Sakura hears this and her face goes from a blush to a scowl, saying, "What you say, Naruto?" And she punches him. This is where Sakura's hand starts throbbing. She says, "Ow! Why is your skin so hard? You need to moisturize." Naruto laughs at this, and so does Sasuke. And Sasuke says, "Now you learnt from my experience." Kakashi's a bit confused. He noticed that Naruto had a bit of a hard hit on him, but didn't realize it was his skin. And Kakashi blatantly goes up and taps Naruto. He says, "Wow, hard as a rock." Naruto jumps back, saying, "What are you doing?" Kakashi starts laughing. "Just testing one of my potential students. Anyway, Hinata Hyuga, what's your goal?" Naruto stands up and says, "I want to become a strong leader for my clan. And I want to get someone special to me to notice me." Sakura's shut and looks at Hinata thinking, "I never expected that from you, Hinata." And then Hinata sends a little look towards Naruto, which everyone except for Naruto notices. And this is where Sasuke gets payback. Wow, Naruto again, girls with the cool eyes. Naruto says, sure, you don't like me like that, Hinata, do you? Hinata passes out. After making sure she's okay, Naruto goes, actually no, Sasuke goes, and he says, I want to track down this person who killed my clan and kill him myself. But of course, I want Naruto to help me with that. I also want to become a strong shinobi to fight by Naruto's side, to always be his equal, to be his rival. And I want to help Naruto achieve his dreams of becoming Hokage, as he's already promised to help me achieve mine. And when Naruto does achieve his dream of being Hokage, I want to be his right-hand man. And Naruto goes, oh, as some of you know from that Sasuke, I want to become Hokage. Sakura laughs at this and twerp like you becoming Hokage. Sure. This hits one on Naruto's nerves, and he looks at Sakura and says, shut up. You don't know nothing about me. All I know about you is your forehead takes up 80% of your face, so how about you shut your ugly pink-haired, Bilbo-looking face up. Sakura gets enraged by this, but then she senses Naruto's bloodlust slightly, and she shivers. Kakashi breaks the situation, saying, continue, Naruto, continue. And Naruto says, okay, I'll continue. I want to become strong with Sasuke and help him take down that one person. And also, I want to learn every jutsu that I can from the Sacred Scroll. Sakura says, what? You had the Sacred Scroll? Sure. And Kakashi shuts her up and says, he does. It was a gift from the third Hokage. So stop interrupting him. That isn't very good teamwork, is it? And Sakura looks down and says, sorry. Naruto continues and says, just a warning, Sakura. Interrupt me one more time and you'll regret it. Sakura keeps on looking down. Hinata is a bit annoyed at Sakura as well and whispers to her, just be quiet, I'm trying to listen. Sakura's even more embarrassed as Hinata, the quiet one in the class, is telling her to be quiet. Naruto continues for the final time and says, I want to help Sasuke, as you know. I want to learn every jutsu, I want to be Hokage. But I want to unite every village and stop the fighting. And I want to be able to gain everyone's respect. Not just because I'm Hokage, but by my strength. And that's it, really. And also, I want to find out who my parents were. Kakashi halts a bit at this, knowing who Naruto's dad was. But just in the canon, decides not to tell him. It says, okay, very good. But first, we have a test. But you'll watch the test next episode. As you all know, this episode has reached like 23 or 24 minutes. And that's a bit long. So I'm just going to end it here. If you guys did enjoy, and I forgot to put the like go on again. God damn it. If you did enjoy, make sure you like, subscribe, and enjoy. Let's try to hit 3k subs. The like goal for this one is going to be 50 likes, because I'm a nice person. And you guys hit like 300 likes on the last episode, which was crazy. But other than that, please enjoy, like, subscribe, 3k but before the end of the year. And yeah, peace out.